It's Get Well Wednesday. The sex doctor, Dr. Rachel.
The nasty Dr. Day.
Next on the TJMS, 27 past the hour.
It's the Tom Joyner Morning Show.
And the doctor today is Dr. Rachael Ross, the sex doctor.
Nasty doctors in the house.
She's not a nasty doctor. Good morning, Dr. Rachel.
Good morning. How are y'all this morning?
Doing good. Oh, the texters are ready. They are already texting you questions. She'll be here for an hour to answer your sex questions. And they, ooh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you've seen them. You've seen them before.
Yes, I've seen them. I've seen them. Your group gives me the kinkiest questions out of every group that ever sends the question.
Oh,
you have to
that's
say
the best
that.
thing you could ever say about my listeners. Thank you so much. On behalf of our listeners, thank you for that. That's a high compliment.
And with you having the kinkiest listeners around,
yeah,
we have to talk about that tomorrow is National HIV Testing Day.
National HIV Testing Day is tomorrow,
yes.
June 27th.
June 27th. So this is the time I want to encourage everybody to know your status and to get tested, because a recent study just showed that almost half of the people who are single and dating don't even check whether or not their partner has HIV before they engage in unprotected sex.
How many people do you think don't know they have HIV and still are having sex?
I think most of the people who have HIV don't know they have HIV. That's a big part of the problem. And I know for a fact that people who have HIV don't look like they have HIV. There's no face for it. So everybody has to know whether or not they have it or not in order to protect themselves and their loved ones from any future damage with that.
Now, are the at-home testing devices, is that good? Is that a good thing?
Great question. I want people to test at home. I want them to test at the clinic, wherever. Now, the best thing about the at-home testing is that you can test with your partner at home for around $80. That's the cost of a date, dinner, and movies. And the two of you can know within 20 minutes whether or not either one of you has HIV.
It's going to be the longest 20 minutes.
You can hold each other's hands.
Especially compared to how some
20
dates
minutes.
last.
Wait, yeah. But once you know, that 20 minutes just seemed like it went very quickly. And I think knowing is a big part of the battle here, particularly since the majority of us have been engaged in risky behavior at some point. We even consider risky behavior to be unprotected sex with just one person, because it was unprotected and because they might in fact be infected.
And they have been with just one person, and that doesn't happen anymore.
Exactly, that does not happen anymore. So
can you be tested? Can you be tested and still it comes out negative?
Great question.
And you are carrying the HIV virus, even though you've been tested.
You can. And so a big thing to keep in mind is from the minute a person becomes infected with the HIV virus, it can take up to 3 to 6 months for it to actually come out positive. But the thing about the at-home testing and going to your clinic, those two tests are the exact same. The ones that we use in the clinic to test, the ones you use at home that you bought from Walgreens, Kmart, wherever you went, Rite Aid, they're the exact same test, but you have to maintain that person could have, in fact, contracted HIV within that 3 to 6 month period prior to that, so you do want to test again in about 6 months.
All right.
Yeah.
Dr. Rachel, get well Wednesday.
Let's know your status, and let's practice a little bit of monogamy here and there, where you know whether or not your partner has it.
Is monogamy here and there?
Yes, here and there.
That's monogamy?
Here and there.
That's reasonable. Reasonable monogamy. Here and
reasonable.
there.
There we go.
Dr. Rachel will be around to take your text questions at 646464 for the next hour.